Hello, lovely, talented, wonderful you. I thought today I would talk to you about something which is quite an interesting one when it comes to channels like Instagram, where we're sharing lots of content on the regular and we're just not really sure how much of it should be personal and how much of it should be business. And this is especially true when you are representing yourself or you're representing your brand on the channel, and it can be quite confusing and also a little bit scary to share personal content. So I just want to kind of unravel a little bit of insight into how to go about this and how to really strike that balance. So when it comes to personal content, there are the people that share literally everything, and to be honest, it's just a bit much. It's a bit overkill. And then there are people that never really show us their personal side, and they talk about their businesses a lot and they're really passionate and they're really talented, but we never really get to see behind the scenes. And I think sometimes that can make things a bit colder and a bit more make them seem a little bit more elusive. So I think it's good to have a little bit of a personal vibe in there because it brings your brand to life and it helps to kind of tell your story. But you want to make sure that those personal themes are not overbearing and that they're not taking over from your brand message. I would recommend that you choose 6 personality passions, which are themes, if you like, or topics or content types that are directly related to what you're interested in. Because as human beings, we all have different interests and we're all really interesting. So once you've established what your personality passions are, whether it's interiors, your pet, your kids, your daily beach run, your massive interest in comic books, it can be very specific or very broad. It could be anything. But once you've chosen those 6 personality passions, then be consistent and share those every time you are sharing personal content. Make sure you're sharing within those 6 personality passions, rather than straying between everything and anything from your personal life. And the reason that I recommend this is because your audience will really start to get to know you. They'll really start to rely on you to kind of share those things with them, and they'll start to really warm to those areas of your personality. And I would really try and choose areas that you know you're passionate about and that you've got plenty of content available to talk about them, or that it's easy to just capture those bits of your life, rather than anything too obscure or difficult to make content about. And then when it comes to frequency, often this really baffles people and they wonder, well, if I post about my personal life every day, will people get bored? Or, if I don't post about my personal life on the grid, then, will my personality come across? Or if I do, then will it be too much and will it disturb with my aesthetic? Well, first of all, just remember that people want to see you. They want to see your personality and they're really, really looking forward to getting to know you more as a human being. So don't be afraid to share that content. Use your stories every day to share different parts of your personality and share those little moments, maybe little video snippets. Vignettes of your personal life are great within a story. And then when it comes to your grid, if you're representing your brand, obviously you want to be talking about your business in a very sophisticated way of all of the time, making sure you're getting across those values and you're not being too salesy, but you're still convincing and converting. But then every so often, it's really cool if you just post, I don't know, a little selfie that's really casual and really candid. And you'll find that the engagement on that is really good because people don't necessarily expect it. But don't do it too often. Maybe like 1 in 10 posts could be something personal on your feed. Whereas on your stories, that's where they can catch up with you. They can get a kind of idea of what you're doing day to day. And that's much more of a personal behind the scenes. But I do think the grid is where you can really make some magic. So don't forget to do that and don't be afraid to do that either. So in summary, what we need to remember is it's good to post personal content, but not too much. Try and stick within 6 personality passion areas that you know you can always talk about and are things about your life which are really, really interesting and people are going to perhaps aspire to or be inspired by or just really kind of relate back to what you're all about as a business and a brand as well. I think that's a really important point. And finally, don't post too often. Make use of the grid, like save those really amazing personal posts for every now and again on the grid, but use your stories to really get that behind the scenes and tell a story that can relate back to your audience within those personal posts. Well, I hope you found this useful. If you want to leave me a review, I'd love it if you could screenshot this video and share it to your Instagram stories, and tag me at Celia Lockley and let me know your biggest takeaway. Until next time.